Most guys struggle to consistently lose fat, not because they don't know how to work out, but because their nutrition keeps them stuck, where they don't know what they can eat without blowing up their progress. They either guess and wing it, or screw it up and eat whatever they want. But there's one simple daily habit that fixes this to make losing fat even easier. And while this is not super exciting or some magical hack, it's the thing that separates the guys who get and stay lean year round from the men who can't lose the gut no matter how hard they try. And I've seen this work again and again over the past 8 years of getting successful men six-pack lean. So let me show you exactly what this habit is and how to make it work for you. You see, most guys tell me they eat healthy, they avoid junk food, and they eat clean meals at home almost every day. Maybe even cutting out carbs, skipping meals, and meal prepping all their lunches and dinners. Yet their body fat barely changes. So they might blame their metabolism, or think they need to train harder, or they're just too old to be ripped again. But the truth is, they're just guessing. Some days they eat too little. Other days they eat very healthy, but are eating way too much, often without even realizing it. And this is how just one bad day can wipe out the entire week. And that's because they're simply not tracking anything. At least not to the level of detail that I teach my clients and that I've done myself. And then they don't know why eating healthy just is not working. And this is what traps men in this loop of trying harder, seeing little to no progress, getting stuck in plateaus, then getting frustrated and losing motivation, and ultimately giving up, and then maybe doing nothing for a while until they have to try hard again because they've gained more weight. So if simply eating healthy was enough to get you lean, you would already be losing fat consistently, but something is missing, and I'll show you what that is next. So men who work a lot often have to make food decisions on the fly. They eat what is convenient or grabbable, guessing their portions, and then at nighttime often realize they've gone way above what their budget was for the day, often not having enough left in their budget to even eat the food that they enjoy. And so the key difference is that men who get and stay lean year round, they don't leave things to chance, and they avoid getting caught out at the end of the day. And so instead of reacting after the damage is done, they decide their meals in advance, before the day even starts. And doing this removes all the guesswork, and it makes losing fat predictable and sustainable. Because then you already know how much food you can eat, what times to eat, and how to fit in your favorite meals and snacks without blowing out your budget. You're minimizing the impulse eating all those last minute temptations. And it all comes down to this one simple daily habit that keeps you in control and makes fat loss consistent and somewhat automatic. And it only takes a couple of minutes a day, maybe 2 or 3, maximum 4 minutes, big deal, to master this and get it fully planned out. And now I'm going to show you how to make this effortless so that it doesn't feel like a chore. Now, I get that you might think that pre-tracking your food is a pain. It can definitely feel like that in the very beginning. And most men picture having to weigh every grain of rice, logging every bite that they're consuming, and just completely obsessing over the numbers. But that's not really how the guys who stay lean do it. It's not how I do it. We don't waste time tracking every meal as we eat it, unless we absolutely have to. Instead, all we do is spend 2 to 3 minutes pre-tracking out the entire day. This can be done the night before or the morning of as part of your morning routine before breakfast. Whenever there's a little window of 2, 3, 4 minutes, that's the perfect time to do it. And it's really as simple as opening MyFitnessPal on your phone or PC, logging in the meals that you normally would eat and plan to eat for that day. And the fact is, what you eat is going to be very similar week to week. The chances are you have the same or a very similar breakfast most days. Maybe you don't even eat breakfast, that you don't even have to track that. Lunches are going to be one of 3, 4, 5 options, and your dinner options are going to repeat themselves week after week. So you can pre-save them in the app, and this makes tracking even faster to do, saving you more time. And I do recommend a simple food scale that you can get off Amazon to quickly teach you the correct portion sizes for tracking food accurately. And within 1 week, you'll learn most of what you need to know about portion sizes and how to track food accurately that fits your calorie budget. And then when you save your meals, you can easily change the ingredients or the portions within the ingredients of meals that you have, even if it's the same meal. And the benefit is by doing this prior, you're staying in control because you've already set the budget and the boundaries of what you're going to eat, and you know what to expect. You're not going to get caught out at the end of the day. And this is how we can keep our body in a fat loss mode while still enjoying the foods that we want to eat with the family, business lunches, with our friends, going to a restaurant or a cafe or a show or whatever it is. this is how we plan ahead, and we still get to enjoy our food while we're gradually losing body fat over time. And then this becomes like second nature. You won't get caught out at nighttime having to cut your dinner in half or not being able to enjoy a little dessert because you've already planned ahead. You won't be wondering why you're eating all this healthy food and nothing physically is changing, because you'll know exactly what food you're eating and whether or not you're in a fat loss mode, a maintenance mode, or a fat gain mode. And there's really no way to know unless you track how I've just explained. However, for busy guys, I understand that building a new habit can feel like a struggle. And this is why the guys who have gotten lean and stay lean, they make this as simple as they possibly can. It just needs to form part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth, checking your emails, scrolling on social media. This takes probably less time or equal time to all those things. And to get this habit up and running, you can simply set an alarm within a window of time that you know you're going to have 2, 3, 4 minutes to quickly go in and just track things out. And eventually, it's going to become very quick because you've systemized your meals, you've saved everything that you pretty much eat on a weekly basis, and you already know mentally where you're going to be ahead of the day. It's only when things start to change, or you're eating in a different restaurant or having a different kind of food, that you can just alter one meal and you will see how that affects the numbers for the day. For such a tiny investment of time to reach a lean body fat percentage, to me, it's a no-brainer. I don't understand why so many intelligent, smart, successful, wealthy men are so resistant to doing a kindergarten skill level practice that can completely transform their physique. When I learned this is what took me from being a skinny fat Italian dude to actually having a six pack and keeping it for like the last decade. And then when you get busy, you'll know what kind of meal structures are going to work for you. Some days you might skip breakfast and only eat at lunchtime. Other days you might have a big event on with some beer or wine and snacks and a buffet for some kind of event. And you say, you know what, I'm not going to eat breakfast. I'm just going to have my normal lunch, skip a snack, and I'll have my dinner. And then you're giving yourself a nice big buffer for the dinner so you can still enjoy yourself without blowing up your budget. And the truth is, within 1 to 2 weeks, this is going to become automatic. It'll stop feeling like a chore. You'll start to develop what I call like the skill of eyeballing, where you can look at a plate and just within 20, 30 seconds mentally calculate a ballpark amount of calories that is on that plate. And then if you haven't already pre-tracked it, or you have, you can double check that. And I think a lot of men overlook this because it is so simple that they're looking for something fancy. They're looking for something sexy that, just take this or just press this button and you're going to get all these results. But the reality is it's the simple stuff like this that actually moves the needle and that will transform your physique. And it'll give you the habits and the knowledge and the experience that you need to not only get to the goal, but stay there. Because everyone who's ever regained the weight is often because the diet or the plan that they've followed hasn't taught them everything about nutrition, about energy balance, about calorie deficits, maintenance, or fat gain modes, and they're just relying on a diet. And as soon as that diet drops, their body fat regains. And this is not the way to do it. This is why I'm teaching you exactly what works behind the diet, what actually sustains nutrition, which is energy within the food. And when you learn how to master your energy balance for your body, not Joe or Frank or Bob's body, but your body, then you will be able to get lean and stay lean for as long as you want. And it really doesn't have to be any more complicated than like reviewing your Google Calendar for the day or your emails to see what you've got to do. It's the same level of skill. But the reality is losing fat isn't always about working harder. It's about having a smart routine that makes fat loss consistent and automatic. And if you're looking for a structured, step-by-step routine that slots into your schedule, check out the Business Body Blueprint routine. It's my proven system designed for busy men who want to get and stay lean without sacrificing their whole lifestyle for it. Tap the link right below this video to learn more about it. And then to make shedding the belly even easier, go watch this video next, where I break down exactly how to build a fat loss meal plan that you'll be able to stick to no matter how busy you are. Go check it out now.